suspension's a bit of a, what the hell's going on here? Dude in that car is really embarrassed. Everyone gets so embarrassed. Oh, best thing about riding a bike. This is a big leap in terms of electric bike advancement. This bike is so incredible, so smooth, so impressive that I forgot about everything else. What? It's an e-bike. It's a cheap e-bike, mountain bike style e-bike with a big old battery just plonked on. But did I say it was cheap? For the low price of 550 quid, are we getting something that's half decent? Let's find out. Those are just some of the quotes that have been said by YouTube reviewers about this bike, this Fafrees Hailong One. And it's got to be bollocks, hasn't it? Let's face it, this bike is a very cheap bike. It is £550, which is very cheap for a kind of normal sized e-bike. What is this bike and who's it for? So the Fafrees Hailong One is a mountain bike style e-bike. I'm not going to call it a mountain bike because people who like mountain bikes get all upset about it, because obviously it's quite cheap for a mountain bike, but it's got all them gears, 21 gears, so it is a basic mountain bike. It can do trails, it can do a bit of off-road, fine, but there you go. I think really it's probably just best for commuting when you've got a variety of different surfaces, because it could handle, whoa, most of the things you could throw at it. Like this forest that we found. That is, whoa, great. So yeah, it's fine for places like this. Let's get back on the normal road though. I've only just got on it, but let's have a look at the specs. It is a 250 watt bike. It's a proper 250 watt bike. So the motor's little. It's got mechanical disc brakes, we'll test those later. It's got really simple Shimano gears, like proper base level. There's 21 of them, which is quite a lot, but a lot doesn't make them better. And then the battery, 36 volts, is very small as well. So far, the specs are reflecting the price. So how could it possibly be amazing and smooth that you forget about everything else? And what is that everything else that they talk about? Now, to be fair, actually, it is quite smooth. And that little motor, I've bought the bike to Alabama, as I do, because I wanted to unlock it. And it's got a little throttle that is totally optional. It was already on there, but you can take it off. And I'm getting 19 to 20 miles an hour, because when you unlock it, you can get to 32 kilometers, which is 19 to 20 miles an hour. And it is quite smooth. I quite like it. It has got those 21 gears, which means it's got 3 settings on the chain ring. And unlike last week, when we had undershifters to try and move it from one to another. Oh, I can't even reach the click. Reach the click. There they are. There we go. Skin check. Wow. Straight away, it actually pulls off really quick. Let's show you those gears really quick before we get to the worst road. So pulling it down, you can adjust it exactly how you want it, which is a lot better than what you call higher spec undershifters from the bike last time. So, okay, this bike's starting to win me over. We got front suspension, no rear suspension. Let's give us an air test. So, as expected on the air test, the middling thickness tyres and lack of rear suspension means the vibrations go through the back tyre, up my arse, through my body and into my voice box. So, not the best air test. Apologies to Jess, she hates the air test. She thinks it's cringe. The front suspension is also lockable, which is actually quite nice for a 550 quid bike. The tyres do a bit of work soaking up some rough ground. They are 26 inches in diameter, 2.1 inches wide. So not fat tyres or anything, but they're not going to be totally terrible. And these bumps, there's a big long line of them coming now. It doesn't feel too bad. It is bumpy. It is bumpier than the fat tyre with rear suspension, but not bad at all. So, the first big test of the ride, well, second big test, I suppose. Suspension's a bit of a, what the hell's going on here? You're going there. No need to wheel spin, it's all right. It's all good. Oh, you want to go that way as well, do you? What a joke, this is funny. Dude in that car is really embarrassed. Aaron gets so embarrassed. Oh, right, here we are at Sandy Lane. So he'll climb. Luckily, we've got a nice little throttle so I can actually give it a proper time. However, I doubt it'll get a time. I haven't got a Newton meter torque reading. Let's just get straight into it. 3, 2, 1, go. Factory is my prediction. So yeah, like I said, with that 36 volt battery, proper 250 watt motor, it's not going to get up there, but we'll see how it goes, see how far it gets, see if it can get off the bottom of the leaderboard. But Fafrees don't seem to make bikes about that. Their other bike I really like, the F26 foldable bike, didn't get up either, but it's a really nice bike. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna stop at past the factory. Oh, it's gonna get a grip box? Nah, I'll stop there. Right, well, I didn't quite stop, so I'll put nearly grip box. Right, let's see how it goes up the hill. So I've got throttle and I'm helping, and I'm actually in the highest gear, which is gear 21. So obviously going up a hill, you don't want to go up in gear 21, but as you can see, with the help of the throttle, I can easily, and actually go quite fast as well. I can actually stand up, and what it's doing is, I say with the help of the throttle, I don't need the throttle because I've got pedal assist as well. It just helps you get going, doesn't it? It basically makes the hill flat, which is cool. Although my hill climb test is a throttle only test, and some people say, well, you're not meant to be able to go up full throttle. I know that, but it's meant to allow you to compare all the bikes. Even the ones that don't get up will get up pretty easy if you're pedaling as well. Oh, bit tired. So actually, despite the cheap and cheerful nature of the bike, I'm quite liking it at the moment. One thing I will say is it is very little. Let's have a closer look. 23 kilograms, so it's quite light. Really, I'm doing most of the work on my right arm. So anyway, it's not super light, but it's not that heavy. A lot of the weight's going to be that battery there. Height-wise, now I have got a light attached to it, so I can't go quite all the way as I wanted to, but it is quite a small bike, being a 26-inch frame, so I can comfortably get over the top and put my feet flat. Oh yeah, Karen's fine. Hi to you. I didn't even know it was you. Hello, doggies. Hello. Uh-oh. Right, that was in my mouth. Right, all the way up here. Right, let's see if I can get on. Whoa! Right, for quite a small bike, it actually goes quite high. So, if you were taller, maybe low 6-footish, you could definitely work with this bike. However, because they don't come up very much, you can tilt it, but it doesn't really rise. You are going to be quite arse high, which many people won't mind. Any more than me, I reckon you can get away with riding this as a 6-footer at a push. You probably wouldn't want to though, you'd get a bigger bike than this if this is the style you want. But it's zipping along very nicely. It's got a cadence sensor, but it kicks in very fast for a cadence sensor. I really like it. Pedaling, kicked in. That is a fast cadence sensor. That's the kind of cadence sensor you want. Man, I honestly thought I was going to be absolutely slating this bike. And you know me, I like telling the truth, but I am enjoying the ride, and for 550 quid, that's good. I was going to say you can't ask for more than that, but of course you can ask for more than that. Paying £5 grand on a bike, you can ask for it too. Be a good bike as well, not just enjoy the ride. Right, let's see how fast we can go down here. 29! Can I get to 30? 30! Slightly downhill though, this road. Let's actually go through the pedal assist. And I'll say pedal assist 1, this is what we do. So it actually takes off quite nicely. I'm going to switch to the speedo now. So that's pedal assist 1, 9 miles an hour. Pedal assist 2, pushing up to 11 to 12, 3. You can see that power reading on the screen. Okay, we're going up to 14. Pedal assist 4, You can see also there's a percentage readout on the battery, so it says 58%. That'll probably change. A little icon's come on the screen to show that we're now in cruise control mode. That happens when you hold down on the accelerator for a while. Now let's get to full. So 18, 19. Basically on throttle only, this bike will do about 19 to 20 miles an hour depending on your weight, which ain't bad. It's a good speed for an e-bike. Let us know in the comments what your ideal e-bike speed would be. Oh, what is going on down here? Let us know in the comments, filter on the outside or the inside. Best thing about riding a bike, you can have a little fun. Whoa, give me action, give me attraction. I'm at the front. Woo. And that, my friends, is how you can often beat people in cars when you're on an e-bike. I talked about the gears being crap, but the precise nature of the big gears that take you from the first 7 to the next 7 and 7 after that, woo, is exactly what you want. And these, let's go, look, I'm in 7. Yeah, perfect. They just work perfectly. Like I say, they are cheap and cheerful, cheapest of the ones you can get, but when adjusted well, they're absolutely fine. There is a bit of motor noise, so it's not the quietest of motors, but it's not as wet loud as the one I had from Ebike the other week. And that bike cost, £1,600, so you can get 3 of these for that money. This is definitely better than that bike, especially for the price. Now it doesn't fold or anything like that, but you can remove the battery and charge it. Let's take a closer look at that. To remove the battery, just put the key inside there, give it a twist, and it just pops off, nice and easy. You don't need the key to run the bike, but it is very easy to remove, so it's not really a big problem. Slot it back on over this, make sure it's down properly, give it a twist, pull the key out, make sure it don't pop back up again. Easy. So yeah, that battery, 13 amp hours, 36 volts, which gives a watt hour capacity of 468 watt hours, which is low, but this is the kind of bike where you can do a lot of help. I reckon full electric mode, you're going to get 55 kilometers of range. You can get a bit more if you go pedal assist only and lower pedal assist. I am quite heavy though, and of course unlocking the bike like I have, you're going to get less. All of the wind downhill feels lovely. Now I can tell you already that the brakes aren't that great, so let's do a brake test. Right, this bus stop, 22. Oh wow. So we did skid 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a bit. That is quite a long way. Something else I've got to say about this is front suspension. Obviously it's not going to be expensive suspension, but we're not bottoming out. It's not making a clunking noise when it gets back, and I can lock it out if I want and adjust the preload, although I find that doesn't do much on these cheaper bikes. It does feel really nice. I'm actually really impressed. It isn't the best bike in the world. It's not as good as some of those reviewers like to make out. It's not the best budget e-bike in the world, but it's pretty damn close. I know when I say budget, I mean really budget. They need to release this in a bigger frame size. Get us to 27.5, 29 inch, everything else exactly the same. The cheap gears, oh, it's got a bell. There we go, there's a bell. Hope I didn't annoy the dog. The screen is a very bright LCD. You can probably see on the camera. It's extremely visible, and it's nothing special, but those nice colour screens, they're all fancy with all their little colours, but you can't actually see what's happening. There's something to be said for the simplicity that works. The brake handles, the hard plastic, cheap. I don't think they're about to break or anything, but they're not premium. Actually, the pedals are all right. They're like metal pedals. They're as good as most metal pedals. They're pedals, aren't they? The saddle is a bit uncomfortable. I'm about 5 miles in. I can definitely feel it. I'd probably change that if you want to go a bit further afield. And there's no mud guards. They're easily bought though from Halfords. But yeah, if you're going to go in the winter, or generally just in England, we're going to spell a nice weather at the moment. If you're in England, you're going to need mud guards, and this doesn't have them, so you need to get that. Also, it doesn't have a rear rack, so you'll either have to buy one that fits on it, or in fact, on the website, there are loads of options for loads of extras. So what they've done, they've stripped it fully back, which actually I think is a good idea, because some people will not need it at all. But yeah, just like many cars do, they strip it back, give you a low price to start with, and then you can pay for whatever extras you need, rather than getting a load of extras you don't need. They should all do that, really. Right, let's test this suspension out, going down a little bump. Yep, front wheel's fine, back seat. Yeah. And obviously, having all them gears, if you do get a really, really big hill, you can just stick it in the lowest one. You'll get up slowly, but you're gonna have all that torque that you're generating yourself. Just like on any mountain bike, there's nothing special about this, but there's a lot of e-bikes that don't have that. And you can get up there. I said before that you only really need the top chain ring and stick it in first. But if you were in an area with ridiculous hills, then yeah, maybe they'd come in handy. I wouldn't need them, but you might. But yeah, this is a very nice ride on pedal assist. Oh, and the hand grips. Okay, the hand grips actually, the one on the left rotates. It's a bit loose. I could easily pull that off. I don't mind that terribly, but it might annoy you. But they do have palm rests. They're a bit hard actually though, they're not soft. So they could be a bit softer. But I really want to give you some like proper negatives, because I, you know, make fun of YouTubers that say everything's amazing, and to prove, in inverted commas, that they're being fair, they'll give you a negative, and it's something like, the hand grips are a bit hard, and I've just done that now, but it's because the price is so low. So because this is a cheap bike, there's a few negatives that you just kind of let slide. For example, the entry-level gears, the mechanical brakes, the smaller battery. You understand why, but obviously what you don't want is to buy a bike that you're unhappy riding with. And this bike does ride really nicely, but I would say it's a shame there's no rear light, because this is a battery light and it's not that impressive as a light either. So it is something you've got to worry about, that the battery could run out, then you've got no rear light. However, if you've got a helmet with a rear light, then it's not really a big issue. If this was £1,000, I'd probably be absolutely slaughtering it. Although, you know what? I think I'd be kind of like mildly disappointed, but overall I wouldn't mind, because it feels a lot more expensive than it actually is. It's actually really nice, and someone is going to get a bargain with this, whether they buy it new. And if you do, use our link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which means it tells Fafrees we sent you, and it'll give us a little bit of commission, which helps me carrying this little venture on and helping you choose your next e-bike. So yeah, I appreciate that. But if not, don't worry about it. You do whatever you need to get this bike, or whatever bike you want. If you want to look at other bikes, do check out the channel. Let's check out the final range we got from this. But before that, before you find out how much range I got, let's see how it arrived and what came in the box. It's a pretty small box. Here's the packaging. I like this stuff. Much better than polystyrene. Box, we've got a manual, we've got some pedals that won't wrap very well, we've got a rear light, we've got a 2-amp charger, we've got a quick release, and we've got a gift box, which is actually some tools, a key ring, some reflectors, some spare dust caps for tyres, and inner tube, and some brake pads. Thank you for the gift. I like the targets, easy to make sure the handlebars are level. Get the pedals on. And the 2-amp charger is charging the 13-amp hour battery, and it should take between 6 and 7 hours. Right, so we've used about half the battery on the Hailong One. I've covered just over 12 miles, suggesting I'm probably going to get somewhere between 20 and 25 decent miles on this. 55 kilometers is the manufacturer's range. That is with using throttle, but it would be a lighter rider and possibly a lower pedal assist. I was in the highest pedal assist. I'm over 100 kilograms, so I'm quite heavy. So it is going to come down quite a lot for that. So for me, getting 20 to 25 miles on a small battery is actually pretty decent. I'm quite happy with that. Also, if you wanted to eke out a bit more but keep in pedal assist 5, you can stay in the highest gear, keep on pedaling and keep on trying to help out, because you really can, because of how many gears there are. You aren't freewheeling over 20 miles an hour. You can help if you want. So 20-ish miles for the price ain't half bad. But yeah, this is the Fafrees Hailong One. Ridiculous name. I'm impressed. I am impressed. I'm almost disappointed. I'm impressed because I thought it was about time for a negative, good old negative review, but it's beat me. So well done, Fafrees. Well done, Hailong One. And that's the end of the video. So if you enjoyed it, do give us a thumbs up. It helps a lot. If you didn't enjoy it, give us a thumbs down. But in the comments, you're going to tell me how I can get better. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time, ride safe.